Does this ever happen to you? You wrote down that NPC's name, but it had to be like 30 sessions ago, and you're flipping and flipping. What's his name? What's his name?
Come on, baby, what's the name?
Somebody in the party has to write this down, and unfortunately, that's you. Follow these tips, party scribe, and your notes will be so much better, and maybe actually worth writing. Tip number 1, create a shorthand. This technique that I'm about to share with you is from bullet journaling, which I know way too much about because I used to spend a lot of time doing this. It also helped me create the design of my players' notebooks. But the piece you're going to be looking at from bullet journaling is the rapid logging. Essentially, in the bullet journal world, you would use a dash for notes, a circle for events, an exclamation point for something that's important, etc., etc. This can apply to any kind of note-taking. So make your own shorthand. A dash for notes, a triangle for locations, a square for NPCs. Write it down on a sticky note and put that sticky note on the page where you are writing notes. The next tip, I'm calling it a 0.5, is to use colors. It's essentially the same as creating a key and using rapid logging. It's just a little bit more work if you ask me. I find it's too hard to remember to bring all of these different pens, and also I already take up so much room at the table. I am the table space hog because I have so many dice and my dice tray and my dice jail and my notebook and then just too much stuff. But you would essentially do the same thing. You can make a code with the different colors and then use those colors as you're going through your notes. Tip number 2, organize your notes. This is probably the most important tip on this list. If you're just writing and writing and writing all your notes down, you're never gonna go back and be able to find it. Now, organizing your notes might seem pretty easy if you're doing this digitally on Evernote or OneNote or Notion, whatever you use, and you might be thinking, you can't do that when you're handwriting notes. And you would be wrong. Not to toot my own horn, but I literally created a journal that does exactly this. Right after each session or right before the next session, I go through all the notes that I wrote out and then I archive them in different sections of my journal. This makes it much easier to go specifically to the location section and find a location that we've been to or mentioned or any events that happened in that location all in one place. Instead of flipping through a bunch of different session notes and finding a detail here, a detail there, this puts it all in one place. It also helps me remember things. Some categories you might want to consider are obviously a section for session notes. This should be as it's happening place that you write notes. You're gonna want a people or NPC section, a location section, maybe a lore section or a dungeon section. I would also recommend sectioning these off in your notebook, whether that's with tab stickers or if you have different folders, although that can get a little cumbersome. Regardless, find a way to section it off to make it easier to look through later. Tip number 3, don't write everything down. I feel like this is one of the biggest problems I have is that I want to write down every single detail. Focus on core things. A person's name, a location, maybe it's clues or lore, maybe it's a special item that there was an encounter and what monsters were there. You want to write down those key nat 20 moments that are really cool, and maybe some PC interaction. For example, the DM says, you enter a gloomy, dusty tavern, but despite its appearance on the outside, it's very lively and warm on the inside. It's full of loud, boisterous customers, all of them talking over each other. You find an empty table, and a rather busty barmaid rushes over to take your order. As you scan the room, you see several different groups of people. A bard stands on a makeshift stage in the corner, tuning a lute and preparing for his next song. You also catch the eye of a darkly clad figure in the corner, alone, and seemingly making eye contact with you. And to the table next to you, you see a group of 5 different townsguard, all enjoying a hearty meal and a couple glasses of ale. There's so much detail here. Too much detail. Way too much to write down. Instead, what I would write in my notes would be, made it to busy tavern, ordered drinks, bard, shady cloak figure, townsguard, inside. That's it. Now that you understand how to take better notes, time to check out where you can put all those notes, tour some of the journals that I make and sell in this video.